Hello, 10th graders. We are now done reading the play A Raisin in the Sun, and we're done watching the movie Problemista. So that means it's time to start working on our summative for this unit. The summative planning and brainstorming is all going to happen on this 1.10 document. So I passed this out in class. You should have the 1.10 handout in front of you, and we're just going to walk through how to fill this out and how to be successful on our summative paragraphs. So as a reminder, the prompt for our 3 paragraphs we're going to be writing is, how do both A Raisin in the Sun and Problemista use symbolism and characterization to make a point about the American dream? This is the question that you're going to be answering in 3 paragraphs. On this document, you are going to see a model or an example for how to plan out your paragraphs. For this model, we chose the character Assegai from A Raisin in the Sun and Dolores from Problemista. Because this is our example, you are not allowed to choose those characters for your paragraphs, so this is just for the model. You'll see that we started by listing basic information about each character. So we went back into the play and we found quotes that tells us who is the character of Assegai. Then we used notes from our movie notes that we were taking during Problemista, and we wrote about who is Dolores. She's Alejandro's mother, a single parent. She works as an artist and lives in El Salvador. Then in this next column, we started brainstorming what is that character's dream and how are they fighting for it. So Assegai's dream is progress in Africa and making progress in the village that he comes from, specifically with literacy and education. So we found a quote where he talks about wanting to help with progress in his village. Dolores's dream from the movie is helping to keep her son happy and safe and to protect him. Then in the third column, we are starting to talk about a symbol that connects to that character's dream. So for Assegai, the symbol was a long line reaching into infinity, and that represents progress and being able to make positive change. For Dolores, the playhouse that she built for Alejandro was a symbol of keeping him safe and protecting him. So that is how we filled out this chart, and you're going to be doing the same thing with the characters that you choose. So if we go to the next page, this is your 1.10 must-do that you are going to be filling out. First of all, you're going to choose the characters that you want to write about. From A Raisin in the Sun, you're choosing between Ruth, Walter, Benita, and Mama. Choose whichever character you are most interested in and know the most information about. So I want you to choose whoever you're most interested in. For Problemista, you can choose from Alejandro, Elizabeth, or Bobby. Those are the 3 characters I want you to choose from. Then you're going to write about why you chose this character. What's interesting about them to you? Next, it is your job to identify what is this character's dream. What do they want to achieve? And how are they fighting for that dream? I also really want you to think about, why is this their dream? Are they trying to achieve that dream just for themselves? Are they trying to support their family or make the world a better place? What is the motivation for them having this dream? All right, now we're getting into a little bit of a trickier part, which is identifying a symbol from the play and from the movie that connect to this dream. In order to do this, I really want you to use some resources. So finding a symbol, we need to include a quote from A Raisin in the Sun with a page number. I want you to use notes from your packet and the slides on Schoology to help you with this. So right now I want to show you where to find this. On Schoology in our 1.10 summative folder, you are going to see 2 really helpful documents. We have quotes from A Raisin in the Sun and quotes from Problemista. This is really going to help you find a quote that connects to the symbol and the character. For A Raisin in the Sun, we have slides for each character that really lists some helpful information about that character's dream and symbols that connect to it. So you're going to go through and find a quote that connects to the character that you chose and connects to the symbol that you are talking about. So please use these slides to help you fill out this section on 1.10. For Problemista, you can use a direct quote, or you can also just write in detail about a specific scene from that movie. So we also have a document on Schoology, quotes from Problemista. You could use any of these quotes to help you, or you could also just choose to describe in detail a scene from the movie that talks about that symbol. If you need help with this section, please let me know. Then you're going to answer this question. What ends up happening to the character and their dream by the end of the play and the end of the movie? Are they able to achieve that dream? If so, how? How do they achieve their dream? What obstacles get in their way? How do they overcome those obstacles? And then this is really the key question that we're trying to think about. What does this tell us about the American dream? Is it possible? Were they able to achieve it? How? Why? So I really want you to spend some time thinking about that question specifically. And this is going to lead us directly into our thesis statement. So for question number 9 right here in this box, you are going to be drafting a thesis statement, which is one sentence that captures your main argument for your 3 summative paragraphs. So this is a super important sentence. We provided you with a frame or an outline that you can fill in for your thesis statement. So all of our thesis statements are going to include the title, A Raisin in the Sun, and Problemista. And then they're going to list the 2 symbols that you've chosen. So use the symbol of, list the symbol from A Raisin in the Sun, and then list the symbol from Problemista. Then you'll write, to show that the American dream, fill in the blank. So what are these 2 works, the play and the movie, what are they saying about the American dream? That's really going to go back to what you wrote about in question number 6. Ooh, sorry about that. So this might be the hardest part, is writing your thesis statement, and I really want you to spend some good time on it and check in with me about your ideas so that we can make sure you're on the right track. The next page gives you, again, a model of the 3 paragraphs outlined using the characters of Assegai and Dolores. So this just shows you how to outline your paragraphs. I'm sure some of you are familiar with the P plan for a paragraph. P stands for main point, evidence, and explanation. This is where you are going to outline your 3 paragraphs. I encourage you to read through our model here. And specifically, I want to show you the model thesis statement so you see what this looks like. Our model thesis statement is A Raisin in the Sun and Problemista use the symbols of a line into infinity and Alejandro's Playhouse to show that the American dream requires constant work and change. So that's an example of a thesis statement, and I want you to write your own using the symbols and the characters that you've chosen. The final page is your turn to outline your 3 paragraphs. This is where you're going to put everything together, your main point, your evidence, and your explanation. This is what we're working on for the next couple days in order to brainstorm and plan for our summative. As you have questions, please let me know. I'm happy to help, and good luck.